What's up guys, Tommy Bowyer here from Movie Rewind, and today I will be reviewing Jurassic Park 3. So without further ado, let's get into it. Jurassic Park 3 was released in 2001. It was directed by Joe Johnston, and it is the third and final instalment of the original Jurassic Park trilogy. There will be spoilers in this review, so if you have not yet seen this film, I would suggest viewing it before you watch this video. The basic plot of Jurassic Park 3 is Alan Grant, the hero of the first film, has to return to an island populated by dinosaurs because two parents are trying to locate their son who was last seen on the island. Now, it sounds like a good premise, but the execution left a lot to be desired. The first scenes we see with Alan Grant are very disappointing and basically a middle finger to fans of the first film, because at first it looks like Alan and Ellie Sattler, who was his love interest in the first film, have settled down with kids. But we quickly learn Ellie has settled down with someone else, so her and Alan's relationship didn't last. I don't know why, but that always came as a blow to me, because Alan and Ellie worked together really well, and scenes in this film show that the actors still have great chemistry together. So I really don't understand why Ellie was made to have settled down with kids but without Alan. I mean, if you actually look at this film, you could have added that Ellie just stays at home with the kids while Alan's on the island. I feel like that could have worked. So this just felt a really stupid idea. I felt it undermined the first film, and it got Alan's character off to a really bad start in this film. Saying that, Sam Neill is the best actor in this film for his portrayal of Alan Grant, and I do like the story of how he's a paleontologist, and because that Jurassic Park now exists, his field of expertise is starting to suffer because scientists don't need to look at bones and fossils anymore. They've got the real thing. So I think that was a really great idea. It's kind of highlighted in the first film that it could damage Grant's industry. So the fact that they picked it up in Jurassic Park 3 was a good idea. I like Alan Grant's relationship with Billy in this film. Billy is kind of a naive version of Alan. He kind of has the same love of paleontology and dinosaurs that Alan has. However, as you see when he steals the raptor eggs, he's still quite naive and kind of thinking about himself rather than what's for the greater good. I did like their friendship though. It was one of the strongest aspects of the film. I just wish we saw more of it because they're divided halfway through this film. So I just think that we needed more scenes with them together. The other characters who appear on the island are just not very memorable or likeable, and I think that's part of the problem, because in a film like this, when characters' lives are at risk, you need to feel something for those characters. You want to see them survive. In this film, it's hard to find many characters besides Alan that you really want to survive. There are a bunch of mercenary type characters in this film that get killed really early on, and you don't really have a chance to get to know these characters, so, you know, they just die. It's some gruesome deaths, what the hell. The Kirby parents, the people who get Alan to go to this island, I've never liked them. I've always found them quite pathetic characters. You don't really know a lot about them besides the fact that they are separated and they're trying to look for their son. That's basically all you know about them, and they've never really given me a reason to like them. They lie to Alan and Billy to get them on this island, and once they're there, they just start arguing all the time. I think it's ridiculous. Never been a fan of the Kirby parents. Saying that though, Eric Kirby, who is the son they're looking for, I do like him. He shares a lot in common with Alan. They have some good scenes together, and he was on the island for 8 weeks before his parents and Alan come to save him. So he knows how to defend himself, and I think that was very well done. I would say one of the main reasons people go to see a Jurassic Park film, however, is because of the wide variety of dinosaurs you're able to see. I would say Jurassic Park 3 has the weakest variety of dinosaurs. If you like the Spinosaurus, you're in for a treat because he appears throughout this film. There's at least 3 or 4 action scenes with the Spinosaurus. And I understand, the Spinosaurus does have a cool design. The CGI does hold up well. But I just found a lot of his scenes very underwhelming, especially his fight with the T-Rex. With the previous 2 films, the T-Rex is kind of set up as the most dominant and ferocious dinosaur. He's defeated quite easily by the Spinosaurus, so it was just very underwhelming. You could have had a really good dinosaur fight there. but it was over in a matter of seconds, and I weren't a fan of that. I felt it could have gone on longer, and it just felt very underwhelming. The final fight scene with the Spinosaurus, where it attacks them on the boat, I would say is the best one. That's a good action scene. I like that they incorporated practical effects with the CGI. It worked really well. Apart from that, though, the other dinosaur scenes you get in this film leave a lot to be desired, especially the raptors. I've always said that the scenes in the original film with the raptors could not be beat. As they are introduced in successive Jurassic Park films, they just lose their scariness to me because, you know, they're just not as strong. This film, once again, proves the raptors are not that formidable. Yes, we see them setting traps and they spare Alan and the group's life once they return the eggs. I don't know, I just didn't find that the raptors gave that much of an impact in this film, so that was very disappointing. Now, the scene of the film, I've been going on about how there's not many good dinosaur scenes in this and a lot of them were underwhelming. Well, there is one credible exception, and that of course is the pterosaur scene. I've always loved this scene. It honestly feels like it should be in the original Jurassic Park film. The tension is built up so well. The revelation when Alan finally discovers that they're actually in a bird cage, when Eric sees the pterosaur walk into him coming out of the mist, that was a great scene. I was on the edge of my seat during that scene, even though I know what's going to happen. And also, Billy's redemption storyline occurs in this scene. We see him sacrifice himself by saving Eric, which actually does redeem him because he did steal raptor eggs, which is why the raptors were hunting them down. So this did give Billy some redemption as well, which I found was really good. The pterosaurs themselves, their design is great. The CGI still holds up. And I just think the pterosaur scene is really intense. It's very exciting. It's also a lot of fun as well. And I think that's why I like it so much. Saying that though, there are some scenes in this, which of course I have to mention. Alan's dream, when he sees the raptor who says, "Alan, what the hell was that?" Now, if this film was kind of set up as a more comedic film, I could understand, but it's not. Jurassic Park 3 is still a very serious film. It has a serious tone. So that dream sequence made no sense. It just completely took me out of it. And I think the less said about it, the better, because that's probably one of the worst scenes in the Jurassic Park franchise, not just this film. So in conclusion, you might be asking, is Jurassic Park 3 worth a watch? I would say it is. I might have been criticising it a lot, and that's because I want it to be the best it could have been. But it's an okay film. There is enjoyment to be found in it. There are some exciting dinosaur scenes, especially the pterosaur scene. It's great to see Sam Neill back as Alan Grant. He brings that character to life, and he does give it his all in this film. The main problem with Jurassic Park 3 is a lot of the characters are unlikable. I could not care less if some of these characters lived or died, especially the Kirby parents. And some of the dinosaur scenes were underwhelming, especially the fight between the Spinosaurus and the T-Rex. But I would say it's worth the watch, and that's why Jurassic Park 3 gets a well-deserved firewood ranking. This film could have been great, maybe with a better plot, maybe with better development done on the main characters, but it just failed. Saying that though, it is worth a watch. It is enjoyable. If you ever want to watch a film that you can just sit back and just watch mindless action and violence and adventure, Jurassic Park 3 is probably your film. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed my Jurassic Park 3 movie review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future. I'm actually very glad that I managed to review this film and bring it out for Tuesday. Because when I actually started to record this, my SD card was locked, which I didn't even know could happen. I fortunately figured out how to do it, as you can obviously tell. But yeah, for a couple of minutes I was like, what the hell is going on? I didn't even know my SD card could lock. If it ever locks, this isn't a technical help video, but there's a little lever on the card which says if it's locked or not, which I didn't even know existed before today. So I suppose you learn something new every day. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling on because you probably don't want to listen to it. So thanks for watching once again, and I will see you in another one. See ya!